Hello, this is Dr. Young, and I will be talking about your week 8 work. Let's see. Alrighty, here we go. This week we're going to talk about training. Let's see if I can get down to this menu. For some reason, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're going to be in discussion. We're going to talk about performance appraisals. It's a training and performance appraisals this week. So, performance management can include some of the more difficult elements of working in HR, particularly if you must evaluate or appraise someone who does not wish to receive feedback, which is very common. And then, so how can you make the performance appraisal process constructive and helpful? So, in your opinion, what you're going to answer is, in your opinion, which components of managing employee performance are the most important and why? Make sure to answer the why. Have you ever participated in a performance appraisal? Was it helpful or unhelpful, and how? If you haven't done a performance appraisal, how do you think it might help or hinder an employee? And then as a manager, do you think you would find performance management or performance appraisals more useful? And explain why. The same requirements go that they have for discussions as always. The biggest issue that I see is responses that are not detailed enough. This is a very interesting question because I get many students who've never had a performance appraisal, which blows my mind, really. But, try to use your personal experience of what you've seen or what you've experienced at some point in your career to answer this question. And your learning activities and your text. So that's really all there is for that. For your individual work, you're writing a paper. It needs to be 2 to 3 pages in length. When I say 2 to 3 pages, I mean the body of the paper. A paper is not the reference list. A paper is not the title page. The actual paper is the body of the paper. 2 to 3 pages in length for the body of the paper. Follow APA style. Right here, up in the corner, you've got up in the left menu, you've got your link there that goes to the OWL, and it goes as a tutorial. Use it. Let me see. Where'd it go? Right here. Make sure to use this. Make sure to use these resources. They're very good. And there's a sample paper on the OWL. I've already been there before. And I've talked about it in other videos, but make sure that you're using that resource. And I use Turnitin, so make sure you're paraphrasing as well. Excuse me. Now we're going to talk about total rewards. And you're playing a role again. You get to play a lot of roles in this class. So, identify a real-world company and imagine that you have just been named as its HR manager. You're coming in at a time when the compensation system needs to be overhauled, and planning a new system will be your first job in this role. Okay, so make up something. The point is that you can make up whatever company. Is it going to be a sales company, or is it going to be, what kind of comp system are you going to offer? Are you going to offer salary plus commission? Are you going to offer straight salary? Are you going to have a salary with a bonus structure? Are you going to, what kind of incentives are you going to have? What kind of benefits are you going to have? That's the kind of thing you need to think about. Determine whether or not you are interested in using a total rewards program and why. That's part of what I just said. A total rewards program is more comprehensive than a just compensation system. When you're talking about, you might be talking about straight salary there. Who knows? But total rewards is more involved than that, and you're going to learn a lot about what can be offered as part of total rewards, and you'll be able, after your readings, to answer this question and understand it more thoroughly. So make sure to do that. Explain how your compensation system will initially be structured to provide base pay and pay structures, and to allow for pay increases. and describe how your plan meets legal restrictions associated with compensation. Okay, so let's think about this for a second. The first part is really basically talking about, okay, so how are you going to pay these people? The second part of the second bullet is really talking about, are you going to offer more than just that, and what, and why? And the third part is really talking about, okay, so you decided how you want to pay or what you want to offer, but how are you going to base it? What kind of method are you going to use? Pay grades, broad banding, what? Those are just some examples. Describe how your plan meets legal restrictions. Is it got anything to do with the Equal Pay Act? Does the Minimum Wage Act have anything to do with it? What about, like if you're in the state of California, for example, and you offered benefits, one of the benefits you'd have to make sure that they understood that they had was they have actually an option for pay if they go on FMLA. You need to look up laws that involve compensation. What's exempt, what's non-exempt? How are you going to categorize your employees? These are just examples that I'm giving you, things to think about that all could be part of this. Okay, that's really all there is. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Everything's the same as it is usually every week. So as far as, I'm seeing improvement in student work, by the way, which is great. Make sure to proofread your work. Make sure to post detailed. Make sure that you use APA style and cite your sources. Don't plagiarize. Don't copy and paste information. Not really seeing a lot of that anyway. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Send me an email. Send me a text. Call me. If you call me, make sure to send me a text too so I know you're calling. Sometimes I get people who call me and don't leave a message. And I don't know who they are. So just make sure to do that. And have a great week.